My name is Mark Darcy. I'm a member of Council of Canadians. I have to say I grew up with your father as Prime Minister. He was very much a proud advocate of privacy, and I wish that the opposition and the media would let you be in terms of your Christmas holidays. Just 2 blocks away, here in downtown Fredericton, my wife Carolyn Darcy and myself are insulating the roof and walls of our 100-year house to European building codes. An expensive project, but one that will drastically lower our heating bill and make our home more comfortable to live in both summer and winter. We are financing this ourselves because we have the means to do so. We are part of the new clean economy that's creating 7 times more jobs in comparison to the same investment in oil and gas. And I hope, my wife and I hope, that all land homeowners across Canada can take advantage of the same opportunities through financing through the federal government green infrastructure financing. And this would allow Canadians to lower their heating bills, create local building jobs and manufacturing jobs, and at the same time fight climate change. So my question is about energy here in the province. Many New Brunswickers and Indigenous communities along the pipeline route have no idea where this pipeline is proposed beside their rivers, their bays, their homes, their towns. They're completely in the dark. Despite almost a year of groups writing letters to the National Energy Board for readable maps, they have not yet been produced by TransCanada and provided to the community. Just a readable, understandable map of the pipeline route. And in July 2016, your Minister of Natural Resources, the Honourable Jim Kerr, announced 2 additional consultation streams for energies. Thank you very much to your government. One of which promised community meetings in early 2017. So my question is, will your government promise that our communities along the pipeline route will get readable maps and, as well, community meetings, allowing citizens to voice their concerns, questions, ideas regarding energy use, job creation, climate change? Thank you very much.
No, thank you for the question. One of the things we inherited from the previous government was a high degree of mistrust by Canadians in something that's very, very basic for people. Is our government protecting our future, both in building good jobs for the future and for next generations and protecting our environment? And there was a low degree of confidence, and that's why we turned around, we enhanced the process for pipeline approvals to make sure there's more public input, there's more engagement, there's more rigor, there's more science. There is an approach that can reassure Canadians that instead of being a cheerleader or a booster for pipelines, you have a government that's a referee, going to make sure there's a level playing field on which people can actually understand what's proposed, weigh the alternatives, and be reassured that if we do move forward, it will be in a way that is in the public interest, that does reflect a broad range of concerns. A great example of that is how we move forward on the Kinder Morgan TMX expansion out west. The fact is, people brought up 2 big concerns. Is this consistent with our leadership on climate change? Are we going to continue to reduce emissions even though we're building a pipeline? And how do you build a pipeline and still demonstrate leadership on climate change? And that's a question we dug into, and we have a good answer to, and we've figured out the right balance moving forward on that, because moving forward on a pipeline as opposed to oil by rail is actually more efficient, less polluting, much less dangerous, and because of the absolute cap on oil sands emissions that Alberta put in through its own leadership, we can fit the pipeline within a climate change reduction plan that that meets our Paris targets. The other thing people could express concerns about is the safety of our oceans and how we're going to respond to any spills or any challenges that come up. And that's why under your great Minister of Fisheries and Oceans, Dominic LeBlanc, and Minister of Transport and others, we brought in a historic oceans protections plan that will make sure that our coasts are protected, that whether it's the Bay of Fundy or the north coast off Vancouver Island, our oceans are protected and that we have the capacity to respond to challenges come up. So this is the balance we're going through on Energy East. There's still very much a process running through that, as you point out, we have enhanced, making sure that the public understands where and how they're going to be impacted, how this is going to both create jobs and protect the environment. These are the questions that people have. These are the questions that need to be answered through this process, and we're pleased that the process is continuing as we committed it to do. You young lady, right there.